February 9th, 1990, James Baker was the defense secretary. And he lied to Russia, in hindsight that liar, when he said that NATO would not move a single inch eastward. Because 4 years later, when Clinton said, hey here, let's acquire more countries with NATO, and sure, Russia can get mad, but they'll just cry like, wah! Poland, Hungary, and the Czech Republic were first to join at the close of the millennium. And just to help us flex a bit, NATO bombed Serbia at the behest of the US, and folks died, but God bless NATO, the strong arm of the military-industrial complex. And what happened next? So glad you asked. Vladimir Putin is who Russia elected. He thought about joining the NATO collective. And after 9/11, he said he respected our war on terror, but he didn't neglect to remind us about James Baker's word. Not an inch more shall NATO extend eastward. But the US laughed and said, Russia, guess what? We're putting missile systems in Eastern Europe. And that ballistic treaty that you wanted, do you know where you can shove it? Then in 2009, when it came to Ukraine, with Yanukovych as president, who wanted to stay out of our game. And in fact, that was the main sentiment in Ukraine. And so the US had to overthrow that regime, because joining NATO is not a choice, not really, it seems. Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Bulgaria, Romania, Slovakia, and little Slovenia all signed up to flip Russia the bird. NATO's eastward expansion, because James Baker was a liar. In 2019, there was a treaty to not go nuclear, but we wouldn't agree to anything because we yearned for the end of everything. In 2021, Putin put on the table another proposal for stopping NATO's expansion. And this was dismissed as he promised to shoot at his feet while shouting, dance, dance, dance. Putin got pissed and moved his troops to the border. And Ukraine's Zelensky said, okay, I'm neutral, and nodded to Russia, said we won't join NATO. Now please back off your troops and go home, buddy. Putin, bro? But the US flew over the Prime Minister of Britain, and Zelensky had a talk with the Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, who convinced him to fight for the right to join NATO. And they fought, and they died, and Putin says, hey bros, this could have been avoided if you kept to your word and didn't have NATO expand eastward. But I suppose hindsight is clear, and there is nothing truer than the fact that James Baker was such a liar that they say even now his pants are on fire.